Amen. Thank you.
Come join us in the chapel. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Oh my goodness, it's exciting to be here with all of you. If you are joining us over live stream, if you're only here virtually in our chapel, it's wonderful to be with you as well, and we hope you're very comfortable on your couch. And we're just really excited to be able to bring in Shabbat together in order to breathe out our week. And to breathe in some rest and renewal and some wholeness that we individually need, and my God, does our community, our country, and our world need. So that's what we're going to do this evening. Again, if we don't know each other, I'm Rabbi Eliana Fischel, joined this evening by Cantor Susan Bortnick, also joined in lifting up our prayer today by Matvey Sigalov on violin, and we are joined by all of you. So now that you are settled in your seats, we're going to ask that you maybe get up, find someone you don't know, and this is not me telling you to keep Shabbat, although keep Shabbat, it's a great thing to do, but if you actually did have a full 24 hours of whatever you wanted to do, to rest, to renew yourself, to feel whole again, to heal, what would you do? Share that with someone you just met. So find someone who you don't know. If you could do anything in the world for 24 hours to rest and renew yourself, what would you do? Go for it. So if I just miss the whole service or do something, I'm feeling so off. Just so you know. Okay? So please help me. Thank you so much. Like I got you. Practice my sermon once. Like, why did I think I could do that today? I don't know.
It's a good sign.
It's gonna be what it is. It's gonna be what it is. That's true. It's a good sign. It's a good sign. Whew. I was like, what is Shabbat? I just like summer. I don't know. No, God, we're a good match today. You could be doing multiple things. Like I feel like I would take a yoga class. I would like cuddle with my kids. I would then go away from my kids. You know.
Do a silent retreat.
Nice, a silent retreat. Yeah. I like that. I like that a lot.
Well, I mean, I kind of had that, you know, but my wife was out of town last year with my daughter.
It was a silent retreat.
And I had a couple of days with no gigs because I didn't have to leave the house. And I was just in my studio. In my
Just by yourself. That's crazy.
There's a shower down there. I was just come up for food. I was come up for food, you know, like a couple times a day.
Like Matfei the gremlin. Yeah.
And just go back there, you know, like record.
Yeah. That's hilarious. Just gonna redo this quickly.
I'm telling you, like, if I didn't have to come up for food, I would just stay down.
That would be good. Hilarious. Shall we?
Yep.
While we begin really with community, we continue with psalms of praise for God on this holy, restful day. We begin on page 12, L'chu neranena l'Adonai. Come, let us sing joyously to Adonai.
L'chu neranena, l'chu neranena, l'chu neranena l'Adonai. L'chu neranena, l'chu neranena, l'chu neranena l'Adonai. Naria, naria, l'tzur yishenu nekana bana betoda. Naria, naria, l'tzur yishenu b'zmirot naria lo. L'chu neranena, l'chu neranena, l'chu neranena, l'chu neranena l'Adonai. L'chu neranena, l'chu neranena, l'chu neranena l'Adonai. Naria, naria, l'tzur yishenu nekana bana betoda. Naria, naria, l'tzur yishenu b'zmirot naria lo. L'chu neranena, l'chu neranena, l'chu neranena l'Adonai. L'chu neranena, l'chu neranena, l'chu neranena l'Adonai.
The facing page at the bottom paragraph, Yismechu Hashemayim, Mitagel Haaretz.
ישמחו השמיים, מתגל הארץ. ישמחו השמיים, מתגל הארץ. ירם הים ונלון
turn to page 14. Or Zaru ala Tzaddik, this psalm that lifts up the righteous, saying, may light be shown for the righteous. May light be shown on each and every one of us. Or Zaru ala Tzaddik.
As we have joined our voices in song, it is time now to officially greet Shabbat. And so we turn to page 20 as we join together in L'chad Odi and welcome the Shabbat bride into our midst. And we will join together in verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. We join together. Standing as we turn to Baruch Hu on page 28, and we join together in our call to worship. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed.
Our prayer for creation can be found, some of the words on page 30. Some of the words only Cantor has, but some of you might know it because you've heard it a few times here. But we thank God for not just the big things that happen in our lives, but the small miracles that happen, like day turning into night, and the changes in our day and the changes in our seasons. And so we take a moment, particularly as we can almost start to see it as the sun goes down, thanking God for these little acts of creation. Seated.
And we continue chanting the rest of the Shema as we join together in Ve'ahavta on page 36. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha v'chol levavcha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol me'odecha והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ושוכבך ובקומך ופשרתם להיות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
We turn to page 40 as we see our words of Mi Chamocha Ba'elim Adonai, who is like you, Adonai, our God, our song of freedom.
If you didn't get it, don't wait. We're going to do it 2 more times. The poet Mary Oliver was not Jewish. In fact, she had her own really serious relationship with faith and belief, and I don't mean to disparage that by any means. Because sometimes when I see poetry by her, I'm pretty convinced that part of her soul was Jewish. And so an offering from Mary Oliver entitled, I Worried. Right? There you go, there you go. We're going to just do our conversion now.
I worried a lot. Will the garden grow? Will the rivers flow in the right direction? Will the earth turn as it was taught? And if not, how shall I correct it? Was I right? Was I wrong? Will I be forgiven? Can I do better? Will I ever be able to sing? Even the sparrows can do it, and I am, well, hopeless. Is my eyesight fading, or am I just imagining it? Am I going to get rheumatism, lockjaw, dementia. Finally, I saw that worrying had come to nothing and gave it up and took my old body and went out into the morning and sang. We turn to page 42 with all of our worries, and we sing out our prayer of shelter and protection. On Shabbat, we do some extra singing to make sure that those worries stay away. We turn to page 44 and sing out V'shamru b'nei Yisrael, the people of Israel shall keep and celebrate Shabbat.
And this is a beautiful melody that I think we've done recently, though I can't remember exactly when, and it comes from South Africa. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat Lasot et ha-Shabbat L'dorotam berit olam Beni uvein b'nei Yisrael Oti le'olam Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai Et ha-shamayim et ha'aretz Uvayom ha'shvi'i Shabbat vayinafash Uvayom ha'shvi'i Shabbat vayinafash. And we rise for the Amidah on page 46. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi agi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov,
Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah. Ha'el HaGadol, HaGibor, v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'konei HaKol, V'zocher Chasdei Avot V'imahot, U'mevi Geula Livnei B'neihem, Leman Shemo Be'ahava. Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Bezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor Leolam Adonai, Mechayeh HaKol Atah Rav Lehoshia, Morid Hatal. Mechalkel Chayim Mechesed, Mechayeh HaKol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim Verofeh Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato, Lishenei Afar, Michamocha Ba'al Gevurot, Umido Melach, Melech Memit Umechayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua. V'ne'eman atah l'chayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, mechayeh hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kadoshim b'chol yom yahalelucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh.
You may be seated. We'll turn to page 55. On the top of the page, a blessing for Shabbat. We'll pray together. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat.
We continue on the top of page 57 as we join together in Ritzeh. Ritzeh, Ritzeh, Ritzeh Adonai Eloheinu b'yamecha Yisrael. Utefilatam be'ahava tikabel, utehi leratzon tamid, utehi leratzon tamid, avodat Yisrael amecha. Baruch atah Adonai, she'otecha levadecha, be'ir hanavod, she'otecha levadecha, be'ir hanavod.
On page 58, you'll find our blessing of thanksgiving, our blessing of gratitude. And here at Washington Hebrew, we take a moment every Shabbat to hear of our community blessings, to actually let you all and your experiences be our prayer. And so you're so ready. And so if you have a simcha to share, I'll ask that you raise your hand, and I'll hopefully call on you. Our community will respond to your simcha. I'll repeat it back. And our community will respond to your simcha with modim anachnu lach, which means we are grateful, because when one of us has a joy, all of us get to experience that joy. That's what being in community is. So if you have a simcha, yes, hello.
So today was Madison's birthday.
That's true.
And so we all had luncheon, me, Jeannie, and
There was a whole crew. So today was one of our congregants, Madison's birthday, and a whole crew of them went out to lunch for it, which is like quite the intergenerational crew, I would say, as well. And so for another year around the sun for Madison, but also for a wonderful community, we say, Modim anachnu lach. Any other simchas? Yeah. Oh, I see you.
I realize this out in the lobby, but as I look around, this feels very much tonight like even know it's not one of our young professional Shabbats.
I did notice.
Yeah,
Did all of
noticed
you
that
just
too.
move here? Like what?
And we're,
yes, I
we're
noticed
very
that as
happy,
well.
by the way.
Yes,
about
we
this.
want you here. We
Yes.
want you here. So what Ricky said, if you didn't hear him, was it sort of feels like one of our 2239 Metro Minyan Shabbats. 2239 is our 20s and 30s community for those ages 22 to 39, although we won't kick you out, just so you know. While those Shabbats are specific for that crew, you are welcome here anytime, and we're just so excited about that. And so for new members of our community and for a multi-generational community, which I'm so grateful to be a part of, we say, Modim anachnu lach. Yeah, Adina. How cool! Adina presented her research at an international conference this week for Pride. Amazing, for pride in our work, and for, yeah, you should. For pride, we're over it. No, we're not. For pride in our work, and for being brave to do things and to share with people what we do. We say, Modim anachnu lach. I'm not forgetting Eugenie.
We had the most wonderful multi-generational event Saturday night.
Yes.
So many people.
Yes, our besters, along with lots of other
Women of Washington Hebrew and
amazing. Besters, Women of Washington Hebrew, and exactly. And Brother had hosted our Denim and Diamonds event last Saturday.
It was my
and it
children
seemed like,
that made it intergenerational.
yes, for sure. But I certainly, I have
And they had a blast. They're wanting to go
I've
next time.
heard that I missed the party. And so for really fun moments in our community, we say, Modim anachnu lach. Yeah, Eli. Beautiful. Catching up virtually with an old friend and being able to maintain those relationships. We say, Modim anachnu lach. Cantor.
So back in the spring, you may remember that my daughter, Nomi, wrote a short story and she won some awards with other magazines, but with Bethesda magazine, she got honorable mention. She did. And it's now posted. So you can go to the 2024 short story winner. She's the high school first honorable mention, and you can read her story, The Night.
Oh my goodness.
It's really good, by the way. I recommend reading it. Bethesda magazine.
So for really talented people in our community and really great writers, and also for kvelling over our children, we say, Modim anachnu lach.
And while you're there, look at one of the essays, not by my daughter. It's by this older man. You'll remember it. It's called Costco and Whiskers, and it is worth reading. It is hilarious.
Awesome,
Anyway.
awesome. I'll take like one more. Someone else have a simcha? Yeah, all the way in the back. Your 78th birthday? Oh my goodness, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
For 78 wonderful years around the sun, and we're so grateful to have you as part of our community. We say, Modim anachnu lach. For all of those miracles, big or small, we join together at the bottom of page 58. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha ulchana'eh lehodot. And along with our joys and with our smachot, we also know that our world is in pain, and particularly our world and our community in the Middle East is in pain. And so we turn as a community to page 259 to our prayer for the state of Israel, and we say these words for those in Israel, for those suffering in Gaza, and for everyone affected by this horrible war. Avinu Shebashamayim, Sor Yisrael, V'go Alo, in English together. O Heavenly One, Protector and Redeemer of Israel, bless the state of Israel, which marks the dawning of hope for all who seek peace. Shield it beneath the wings of your love. Spread over it the canopy of your peace. Send your light and truth to all who lead and advise, guiding them with your good counsel. Establish peace in the land and fullness of joy for all who dwell there. And we say together, Amen. We double up this prayer with our blessing of peace on page 60, asking God to rain down a Shalom Rav, a great peace about us, on our community, on our world. Shalom Rav.
Shalom Rav.
Praying by Mary Oliver. It doesn't have to be the blue iris. It could be weeds in a vacant lot or a few small stones. Just pay attention, then patch a few words together, and don't try to make them elaborate. This isn't a contest, but the doorway into thanks and a silence in which another voice may speak. We take a moment now for our own silent prayer. As we're in community, we also think of those who are in need of healing, those who could use this community to lift up their names, to think of them, to send them strength and love. Today, Washington Hebrew is thinking of Nathan Ben Esther, Roberta Galler, Howard Clow, Roberta Krasner, Judy Oppenheim, and Malka Batsara. If you're thinking of someone today and want to share that name with our community, I'll ask that you share that name when my eyes meet yours. And if you think that we should know that someone is in need of healing and might want a visit or a call from a clergy member, please find us after Oneg and retell us that name so that we're able to write it down or hold it in a different way that we can't hold it here. So if you have a name to share, please share as my eyes meet yours. any names that we might hold in our heart. We turn to page 253 for Mishaberach Birkat Cholim. Need that later. Can nothing good happen? Whenever my watch buzzes, and I can always tell when it's a New York Times update, but whenever my watch buzzes and I go to look at a headline, it's my immediate response. Can nothing good happen? Gun violence with the shootings in our schools, can nothing good happen? With Israel and Gaza, can nothing good happen? With natural disasters, can nothing good happen? I'm going to be honest with you, it's not a very rabbinic response, but it is absolutely my response and absolutely my human immediate response, which is, oh my goodness, enough already. Can nothing good happen? And it was my immediate response on Saturday when my watch buzzed and I learned of the assassination attempt on former President Trump. A man who was 20 years old. He can't even legally drink in this country. Took it upon himself to be on top of a building, to look out at a sea of people, and decided to rain down violence, decided to cause suffering, decided to cause pain, decided to rain down curses. What do you make of that? What do we make of that? How do we comprehend that? How do we not become numb to that as a way to protect ourselves, which I totally understand, right? How do we see that and say, and don't say, just another day in America, we'll push it aside? What do we do with that? Thousands and thousands of years ago, according to our Torah, another man stood up high, looked out at a sea of people, was supposed to curse them, and instead rained down blessing. The story in this week's Torah portion is totally weird and feels kind of magical. But what happens is a non-Israelite king named Balak was really afraid of the Israelites. They were too powerful, they seemed too good, and wanted them destroyed. And so he goes to a prophet that he knows, Balaam, and says, Balaam, I'm going to take you to the top of this mountain. Please go and curse the Israelites. Curse them. On the way to the mountain, Balaam kind of runs into God a few times, once through a donkey. And by the time that Balaam gets to the top of the mountain, it says that Balaam, for the first time, didn't go to try to see any signs and portents, didn't try to go and find some omens, but instead turned towards the wilderness and opened up his mouth. And what he said was, Ma tovu ohalecha Yaakov, mishkenotecha Yisrael. How beautiful are your tents, O Jacob. How wonderful are your dwelling places, Israel. What came out was a blessing. How did that happen? How is it that Balaam, who was sent to curse, ended up changing it into a blessing? And how can we change the curses of our world into blessing? an answer, I don't know if it's the answer, an answer comes from that introductory phrase that happens right before Balaam gives that blessing. It says that this was the first time Balaam did not go out to look for omens, did not go out to look for signs and portents. It's the first time Balaam didn't go out and say, okay, that's pretty bad, but like, where's the good stuff? Like, can I find all the good things in the world? Like, where's the beauty? Show me that I'm gonna be right. Show me that it's gonna be okay. Balaam didn't do that. It says Balaam did not go looking for the signs and portents, but instead turned towards the wilderness. Balaam turned towards the mess, turned towards the sticky, turned towards the ugly, and dove in, right? Said that wilderness, that messy area, that's the place where I'm gonna direct my life. That's the place where I'm gonna direct my words. We too need to dive into the wilderness. We kind of need to dive into the curses when we so badly want to look for the good and the signs and portents that are away from it. And so, if Saturday was hard for you because of the ease towards gun violence, because of the ease towards accessibility to guns, because of the prevalence of shootings in our country, then perhaps this is the time that you dive into that wilderness. Perhaps this is the time that we dive into our own wilderness and say, actually, I could get involved. I could find a local chapter of Moms Demand Action. I could find a local chapter of Everytown for Gun Safety. I could do something and meet new people and be part of a new organization and see what I can do to change this world. If what really freaked you out, if the curse of Saturday for you was not gun violence, but rather was this political violence, this polarization that is everywhere in our country and our world, then perhaps it's time you dive into that wilderness. How lucky we have an expert in depolarization here at Washington Hebrew. Talk to Rabbi Rachel. She doesn't know that I've told you to do this tonight. I spent all day with her and somehow it didn't come up. Find Rabbi Schmelkin, who is really well-versed in depolarization, and ask how you can learn about it, how you can learn how to talk to people who are different from you and figure out how to form connections, or perhaps get into local politics, right? Why not you? Why not you who can dive into the wilderness and see how the world can be different? If neither of those speak to you, we know that the curses of our world begin with the curses in our own home. Begin with the curses, the wilderness, the messy of ourselves, our family, our friends, our loved ones. What would it be like? What would our world be like if when someone we love was struggling, they were angry, they were sad, they were lonely, we didn't turn away and say, I'm gonna look elsewhere for some good. And rather, we dove into their wilderness. We said, I'm here for you. I will be here for you. I will listen to you. I love you. Your wilderness doesn't scare me. How many different choices would people make if they had one person in their life who did that? How can we dive into the wilderness in order to wrestle these curses for a blessing? What's wild, well, there's a lot that's wild about Judaism. I dedicated my life to it. I think it's awesome. But these words, Ma Tovu Ohale Yaakov, they don't just live in our Torah, they become part of our morning liturgy. These words that were spoken by a non-Israelite, spoken by a non-Israelite prophet who was supposed to curse the Israelites, but then it turned into a blessing. That's what our ancestors said. You know that line from the Torah? That's what we're gonna say every day in our morning service if you pray every day. We're gonna say those words. I believe as a reminder to us that we can do that work too. Just as Balaam changed a curse into a blessing, we too can use those words and can change a curse into a blessing. We can dive into the wilderness and figure out how to make the world more full of blessing. We can look out on a world that is fraught with challenge, a world where political leaders disappoint and their constituencies don't seem to be much better, a world that is getting more and more violent. We can look out at that world and dive into the wilderness and say, do you see right there? Do you see that mess? That's what we can change to turn this into a blessing. Ma tovu ohalecha Yaakov, how beautiful are your tents, O Jacob, when we hold hands and lift up that tent together. Shabbat shalom.
קודשך ויראתך, אשתחווה אליך קודשך ויראתך. אדוני אהבתי מאוד ביתך, ומקום משכן כבודך. אדוני אהבתי מאוד ביתך, ומקום משכן כבודך. מה טובו אוהליך יעקב, משכנותיך ישראל. אני ברוב חסדך אבוא ביתך, אשתחווה אליך קודשך ויראתך, אשתחווה אליך קודשך ויראתך.
We turn to page 282 as we imagine a world in which we are not scared of the wilderness and rise for Aleinu.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
You may be seated. We come now to the moment in our service of memory where we think of those who we have loved and lost, those who have made an imprint on our hearts, whose memory we carry with us as we go about our lives, missing them and knowing that they're not with us, and yet knowing that they live through us each and every day. Today, Washington Hebrew remembers Aaron Addie Basson, Harry Benson, Gertrude Birnbaum, Bernard Bornett, Bolsla H. Brodecki, Boris Berthoff, Louis Cohen, Albert Cohn, Eileen Z. Cole, Joseph Dick, Lillian Dolberger, Ruben Edlovich, Sabina Einhorn, Lenora Eisenman, Ray Fine, Fanny Feldman, Josephine Sachs Fisher, Morris A. Fogel, Bessie Frank, Sarah A. Friedman, Max Goldsmith, Richard B. Greenspan, Sonia Sunny Hirschfeld, Ellis N. Kahn, E. I. Kaufman, Sanford Klein, Israel Kogan, Edith Kushner, Bessie Abel Lerman, Emma Rasher Levy, Alter Lipnick, Freda Ring Lyman, Phyllis Miller, Hyman J. Minkoff, Ida Nessen, Benjamin Nordlinger Jr., Mildred M. Untel, Rose Ashinsky, Jacob Ostrow, Rose Paul, Samuel Max Pine, Harvey Rosenbaum, Rose Zaltak Rothbart, Stanford Z. Rothschild III, Ethel C. Sachs, Barbara Schiller, Mandel Shakovsky, Edith K. Siegel, Mo Stern, Lena Strauss, Linda K. Tartikoff, Lester Trachtman, Marion Weber, Nancy Zeidman. And those recently laid to rest: Seymour H. Amkraut, Louise Orenberg, S. Lewis Aberbach, Sandra Goldstein, Odette Herman, Martha Ozer, Simeon M. Kreisberg. I would also like to mention this evening, although she has not yet been laid to rest, that we're also thinking today of Phyllis Belford. Are there any other names to add to our memorial this evening? You can share that name out loud with our community at this time. We lift up those names and rise as one community as we turn to page 294 for Mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divrach yirteh ve'amlich malchuteh, b'chayachon uvyomechon uv'chayeh dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam ulalmei almayah, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudasha b'rechu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tush bechata v'nechamata, ta'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama Rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Zichronon livracha, may their memories be for a blessing. And we say together, amen. You may be seated. And it is my delight to call up Dan Kaplan, a member of our board of directors, for some announcements. A microphone for him.
Rabbi, you always enlighten me. All these years, I thought it was my mother that wrote the poem about worrying. Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom.
While things do slow down a little bit here at Temple, there are some wonderful programs and services that should interest almost everybody, and they include on Friday, August 2nd at 9 a.m. in Northeast DC, the WHC and the DMV event will be held, helping prepare meals for those in need. That same evening at 6:30 p.m., Shabbat at WHC will also include Metro Minyan. And of course, tomorrow morning at 8:30 is the reading session for early Torah, with the study session starting at 9 o'clock and an abbreviated Shabbat morning service starting at 10. All are, of course, welcome. Besides some good learning and some good camaraderie, there will also be some pretty good snacks as well. Please take a copy of this week with you and use the QR code for more happenings around Temple, or visit the website at www.whctemple.org. Each Shabbat, our joy is increased when we recite Kiddush. Kiddush reminds us of the miracle of creation and our exodus from Egypt. At this time, Washington Hebrew also remembers Cami Lauren Nathanson as Kiddush is recited, and the power that each individual has to impact our community and to change the world. And I look forward to seeing all of you at the Oneg immediately following services. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
And if you are under 13, we would love for you to come on up and join us for Kiddush.
And if you are an over 13 and would like to lead Kiddush, you are more than welcome to. We don't have this opportunity very often.
Here you go.
Anyone? I mean, I'm always happy to do it. Great, perfect.
There you go. You're so welcome. Here, come to the middle. Come to the middle.
Do we still have the microphone up here? Oh, it's on page 5.
Here, come here.
I know, it's the opposite end of the book.
Here, come right in front. Come right in front.
No, you're good.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kishanu mitzvotav v'ratzon v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava v'ratzon hinkilanu, zikaron l'maaseh v'reishit. Ki hu yom tehilah lemikrai kodesh, zecher letziat mitzrayim, ki v'charta, v'otanu kidashta, mikol ha'avim, v'shabbat kodshecha, v'ahava u'ratzon, hinkaltanu, Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh haShabbat.
Amen.
Mazel tov. That was beautiful. It is very full. Yes.
Yasher koach.
You want more? You can down it like the B'nai Mitzvah kids do. Perfect.
And we'll join it together in Motzi. You gonna hold it? You want to hold it? Yeah, I'll take your cup. You go for it. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz v'te'avon. Te'avon, we're going to hand that over to Dan. And you guys are going to stay up here for just a second more because on Shabbat, we take an opportunity to bless some of the most important people in our community, which is our next generation. And so we're going to cover you in this tallis as our representation of our next generation. And if you perhaps have your kids here or have someone you love here, you can touch them if you'd like, or you can put your hand over your heart. And we're going to share these ancient words of blessing for each of you. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God bless you and keep you.
Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichunecha. May God's face shine upon you and be gracious to you and kind.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God turn towards you and grant you peace. And we say together,
Amen. Amen. Amen.
Well done, everyone. You know it. You know it.
Yep.
You can head on back.
You can head on back.
You can stay up if you want to, I guess.
Since we had a lovely Kiddush done and a lovely candle blessing done, I want to put in a plug for our volunteer choir, Kol Rinah. Two of our members lit candles together, and you would be a wonderful addition. It is growing. It has fresh blood, and we have a number of members here tonight. So if you have any questions, we have a few of them scattered around, or you can ask me. They meet once a week on Wednesday nights and sing. No experience necessary, trust me. Just come and have fun and enjoy singing, which I can tell from tonight that all of you do. It's been wonderful. So our concluding song is Oseh Shalom. Oseh Shalom Imromav, Uyaseh Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael,
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Lovely.